Thanks a lot, Pierre. Oh man, I'm glad we're behind plexiglass because I forgot my normal mask at home. I wear this really small one. It doesn't fit me very well. I feel kind of like I went to the beach with my thong on backwards. So I'm gonna be done with that. This plexiglass takes a little while to get used to though. But I get used to it. I think of myself like a beautiful butterfly behind glass. You know, except for the killing jar and the massive needle jabbed through my thorax. Good times. But plexiglass is everywhere now. Like it's all over the place. I didn't even know there was that much plex in the entire world. And I guess that's fine, but you just wait. You just wait. Someone is going to take a picture of some damn sea turtle with a piece of plexiglass in its mouth, and everyone is going to lose their frickin' minds. And then Greenpeace will have these videos of beached whales getting cut open with their stomachs full of plexiglass. And then someone will discover some floating island of plexiglass in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and it's going to be all over for plexiglass. It'll all have to come down. And it'll get replaced by something like, I don't know, cardboard, I guess, which is about as good an alternative as paper straws, in my opinion. But we won't be able to see or hear anything through it, so we'll have to cut holes, and I kind of think it'll be like the grocery store glory hole. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. So, but it's not just plexiglass that, it's not just plexiglass that COVID has brought into our lives in a big way. So there's some jobs that have changed quite a bit. So I think we can all agree that the job of those guys that try to sign you up for a credit card at the front of Canadian Tire has got a whole lot harder. I kind of picture it like, no, sir, come back, please, sir, no, don't run away. Sir, I'm wearing 6 masks. My water bottle has bleach in it. I have a UV light up my ass. Please come back, sir. Anyhow. And then, I think we all need to pause for a moment of prayer for those poor souls who survive on Costco samples. And you know that guy with the free hugs sign? He's had to cross that out and write in finger guns. It's just not the same. And those poor Jehovah's Witnesses like Lisa, they've had to adapt, and they've embraced technology. Just the other day I clicked on an email message by mistake, a spam email message by mistake, and it took me to a Zoom call with this nicely dressed couple who wanted to talk to me about the Bible. Fortunately though, I was not wearing pants, and so I was able to cut the call short. COVID, man. But of course, then Trump got COVID, and yeah. Say it again, man. Amen! Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, in my opinion. But then he comes out and says that he feels better than he has in 20 years. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure the 54-year-old American douchebag is the yardstick you should be measuring yourself by. But hey, who am I? Of course he feels amazing though. He's totally jacked up on steroids. So shortly after I was married, I had to get a steroid shot in my knee after suffering a serious groveling injury. And being married is tough, man. So, but I didn't want to just run. I felt amazing though. I felt like Superman. But I didn't just want to run beside the bus on the way home. I wanted to pick it up and carry the bus home. Like, it felt amazing. So of course he feels great. He's totally jacked up on steroids. He's so jacked up on roids that he sent Putin a dick pic. And Putin is so jacked up on dictatorship that he sent one back. I mean, Trump was so juiced that he could bench press his own ego. And he's so cranked on gym candy that he told Stormy Daniels she could be on the bottom for a change. So, so I've been working at home for a few months now. And video calls have become a big part of my life. And I'm sure you can all remember when the geeks in your office realized they could change the Zoom background images. I admit, I did it, I'm a geek, I did it. I started out slow with like the Star Wars Cantina bar and the Friends coffee shop and then the Simpsons couch. But I thought I needed to add a little edge to it. So then I added the jail cell, which is, you know, kind of appropriate for work. And then the nuclear mushroom cloud, kind of fun. And then my personal favorite was dogs playing poker. If you can get that one, you gotta get that. That's a good one. But people got bored quickly, so I thought I gotta up my game. So then I added in the Jerry Springer Show. Good times there, Jerry. And then a Trump rally. Now, interestingly, there are a lot of the same people in both of those. But then my pièce de résistance was the strip club. Ultimately, my boss said I wasn't allowed to use background images anymore. But that's okay, because I work out back beside the pool, and I've got this rainbow unicorn floaty behind me. And everyone thinks it's so cute. I can't wait for my inflatable doll to arrive from Amazon, because she and that unicorn are gonna have so much fun. So I work in software, and people are always asking me to help fix their computers. And I get the feeling that they kind of think I'm single-handedly responsible for Windows, and they take out their frustrations on me. I want to tell them, you need to think about that. Because if I wrote Windows, you think I'd be sitting here hanging around with you? No, I would be on my yacht, bribing my kids' way into Harvard, and bragging about my trip to a private island with hundreds of my closest and most beautiful friends to get a little bit of normal back in my life. I sure as hell wouldn't be sitting here with you installing a pirated copy of Office and helping you organize your porn collection. So, not Bleach. So, shouldn't have done that. Maybe if I do it again. Maybe it is Bleach after all. I remember now. Yeah, so. It's a good bit too. I mean, hang in there. It's good. Trust me, I'll get you there. So, despite being bald, middle-aged, and straight, I recently started acting in musical theater. And I've got back into, thank you, you got that one. Some people don't get that. That's a little subtle. But I also got back into playing the saxophone and guitar. So when people hear that I've been doing stand-up comedy as well, they ask me, is there anything you can't do? I'm like, well, that's a pretty crazy question, because there's a lot of things I can't do. For instance, crawl through a heating duct in the Nakatomi Plaza, grow a mohawk, read my wife's mind, watch an entire Hallmark Christmas movie, which, interesting sidebar, those started at my house on Saturday. And finally, maintain unbroken eye contact with a large-breasted woman in a low-cut top. Actually, I think I can read my wife's mind, and she hated that joke. So there's one other thing that I can't do, and it's a food that I simply cannot eat. I hate it a lot. Creamed corn. Can't, I see a wrinkled nose. A kindred spirit. You wait, it gets better. So I just can't stand it. My wife and I have been married for a long time, and we agree on a lot of things. But creamed corn is the great divide. She loves it. I can't stand it. I have to give her credit though, because she has never tried to feed it to me. She saves it for when I'm away on business trips. So I guess creamed corn is kind of like her side guy. But that's okay. She feeds it to the kids when I'm away too, which kind of makes that last analogy a little pervy. But she loves it a lot. In fact, her parents gave her a case of creamed corn for Christmas one year. Can you imagine the disappointment? Oh my God. You see this big present, and you pick it up and it's really heavy, and your fingers are shaking, You're in anticipation. I'm finally getting the ghetto blaster that I wanted. You're ripping open the paper. Your heart's beating fast. Your palms are getting sweaty. It's cream friggin' corn. Kiss my ass, Santa. I would have packed my bags and got out of there right away. Oh man, I hate it so much. I mean, it's like, how could you do that to innocent little corn? It's never hurt anybody. It's like they take corn and give it to orcs to boil with the bones of fallen soldiers in rusty cauldrons in the pit of Mount Doom. It's even deceitfully named. There is no cream in it. Don't believe me? Check it out. There is exactly 0 dairy in cream corn. That's right, it's vegan. As if I needed another reason to hate it. Now, if you go to check out my facts and you have a can of cream corn, check the best before date. That's right, best before, never. So for some reason that is clear only to them, my parents tried to get me to eat cream corn. They took it as their sworn mission to get me to eat cream corn. Why? There are literally a jillion other foods that I like to eat. I mean, look at me. But they insisted. There was one time I actually threw up at the table when they forced me to eat cream corn. I mean, it's like pre-vomited vomit. If they hadn't seen me do it, they'd have never known. If I knew then what kids know now, I would have been on the phone to Children's Aid right away. Oh man, I hate it so much. I think parents need to give their kids a freebie list, but instead of being able to have sex with David Beckham or whoever, they get 3 foods that they never have to eat. They will never be asked to eat them. They will never throw them up at the table when they're forced to eat them. They are literally off the table. You're not going to find that good parenting advice in a Barbara Coloroso parenting book, I'll tell you that. Oh my God, cream corn, I hate it so much. The only way I could hate cream corn more was if it was laced with shards of plexiglass. Thanks for coming out, everyone. Thanks a lot.